Okay.
We're going. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that.
We are
We are
back.
back.
All right. Let me go back in here really quick. Sometimes in the podcast world, you do have technical difficulties, and that happens sometimes, and there's nothing you can really do about that, but we are back. Um, I have to let everybody know that we're back.
I know, right?
hmm So just bear with me for a minute. Hello, welcome back to the people that are back. Thank you. Hi, Denise. We're
Hey,
so
Denise.
happy to have you back.
Thanks you.
So I'm going to invite some other people so they know that we are back live again. And I'm sorry about those technical difficulties, but
Bad
that's
weather
the
here.
stuff that happens. And it's raining really bad here, and those are some of the things that happen. So we're gonna get it back jumping.
How's the weather there, Denise, where you're at? Oh, she says no worries.
Yes, we appreciate you for coming back on. And I am going to invite people back. So bear with me for a quick second. So, Hardy, talk about some of your events that you got coming up
Well, I'm real
recently.
excited about May 18th. I have an event coming up May 18th. We're going to do a sip and paint from 4 to 7. We're going to have an instructor. Her name is Corey. So we're really looking forward to that. So also looking for vendors. If anybody know any vendors, being more like my phone number is 216-219-9632. Again, we are going to have a sip and paint on May 18th.
Yes. And what else how long you been DJing?
Since about 95, give and take. Uh,
Okay.
I This has been very good to me. I've done so many parties. No party's been the same. I just love what I do. Hopefully, I can retire my full time job and do that.
I'm DJ all the time.
Yeah.
Hello, Summer. How are you? We have some people back in the chat. I'm so happy
She
that
said.
you're here with
She
us
said.
again.
She's about said hello, beautiful. Is that me or you?
I think she was referring to me, but
Oh,
she might have been referring to you. Who you got to be more specific
right.
because we're not sure who you're talking about.
Correct. Because I'm beautiful. I think.
That's what's wrong with these men. Toxic. They want to be beautiful too. Can I
Oh,
can I be beautiful by myself?
yeah.
Dang,
Mm-mm.
dang. Nah, but I guess we can share. I guess it's all right. So I need you. I'm gonna send you the link,
Okay. Appreciate
so
that.
that he can. I'm gonna actually share the link to your page, so
Nice.
people can go back on there and join the video again because we are back, and so we're just gonna get straight back into it and where we was at before. But before I
Thank
get
you.
back into it, I
Thank
just
you.
want to share with some other people. So talk about now. Is this your first sip and paint that you've done?
Yes, it is. I've done other events. I've done a wine and jazz, but I featured Hub's Groove a couple years ago.
Nice, nice.
So I hope it's just as good. I just thank everybody that came out and supported that. And I want a special shout out to Tier One. Tier One. I'm a part of a little group. We kind of hang out together. Just want to little shout out to Tier One. I also want to say shout out to my favorite aunt, Karen Blackshear. So I just want to tell you I love you. Thank you for
Aww,
my number one supporter, which is
that's
my
so
aunt. Yeah,
sweet.
she's good people.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I like when I see men loving their family and the women in their family. That is so beautiful. And I just want to give a shout out to my favorite cousin, Sam Pate. Happy birthday, cousin. I love you so much.
Happy birthday,
Man,
Sam.
if you haven't had the opportunity to go back and watch my video that I did on my podcast that I did on Sam. Sam was incarcerated for 29 and a half years for a crime he did not commit, and he was released from prison, and he told his story. He was locked up in Angola State Prison, and it really was
Bad.
yeah, it was all bad, but I mean, you know, he's free now and he's happy. He is living his best life and he's doing amazing. And I'm just so proud of him and just his bounce back and then his ability to still stay beautiful on the inside, you know, and still have a great heart and
I'm
a
sure he had a
beautiful
story to
spirit.
tell,
It's just
right?
like, it's just dope. It's awesome to be able to have that because a lot of people, you know, they don't be able to come back from that, but and still maintain the beauty of who they are as individuals and people. So, where were we?
Tier 1 is definitely in the house.
So we were having some technical difficulties, and I thank you for everybody that is tuning in,
That
who
came
came
back.
back in the
Yes,
chat.
we really appreciate that.
We definitely, truly appreciate you for coming back in. I am waiting for some more people. Come on. I'm going to send the link to Hardy now so he can get his people back in the chat. But if you are just tuning in, we were having some technical difficulties, but we are back and we were talking about toxic
I
relationships.
know, right?
Right? We were talking about toxic relationships, toxic people, and some of the signs of toxic relationships. And it's really been a really interesting
I
show.
know, right? I
Like,
know.
it's crazy. And just because people been wanting a male perspective, and
That would
so
be me, right?
that would be you.
Right.
That would be you. So, you know, just bringing in Hardy's perspective and, you know, getting back at it. But we
Okay.
here.
That's
And
what
here we are.
we're back in the building.
Sometimes in the podcast world, you know, you have some difficulties. Sometimes that stuff happen, but we back. And so we're going to get straight back into it. Let's go. You ready?
Absolutely.
All right. So he's going to share some stuff with some people. So basically, okay, we have a request. So let's talk
request?
about ghosting.
Oh,
So we were talking about red flags. You want to turn that off? You want to turn that off? You want to turn it off? You want to turn it? You got it.
sorry about that.
Hello. This is a red flag. All
That ain't nothing but
Hardy.
the devil, man. That
Dang,
ain't-
Hardy.
I know,
dang,
right?
Dang. You
Sorry
said
about
ain't
that.
nothing but the
The
devil.
devil. The
It was
devil is a liar.
So, no.
Denise Parker, hello.
So, hey, Denise. Glad to see you. So, we are back in action. And I just wanted to just go over some things with you. We're going to talk about ghosting. Because there are so many different things, right? So we're back to talking. If you're just tuning in with us, we're talking about toxic relationships, and we're, you know, I'm giving my perspective as a woman, and Julius is giving his perspective from a man, and what we both have experienced in toxic relationships. And ghosting. What is ghosting?
I guess ghosting would be like you go out with them a couple of times and they don't call you after the date. And, like you think you had a good time, maybe you didn't, but you know,
no closure, no nothing.
Right? No, thank you for you know. I don't you know. To me, again, I said this before. I think dating has changed so much. I think part of that's why a lot of people don't want to be single. I mean, I don't want to be single the rest of my life. But again, we got talked about. I have a checklist when I date, when I go out. So I'm gonna continue to have that checklist. I know that you know some people may not agree with that, but it is what it is.
I think you got to say what it is that you want. You know, everybody has to, whatever your list is, I think that that's fine. You know, some people say that expectations are too high, but I don't think it's a such thing because I think you can find your person, like whoever you are. But when I think about, because we were talking before we got disconnected, we were talking about red flags and some of the red flags that you see. We mentioned jealousy. We were talking about abusive communication, just how sometimes men now they get into this thing of, you know, dealing with women from a very aggressive place emotionally. They want you to be submissive and sweet and loving and nurturing, but they don't want to give you the opportunity to just, but when you become emotional and you're walking in your femininity, they don't accept that when it comes to your emotions, and your emotions, they want you to be very masculine.
I know you had talked before we had whatever happened, but we also talked about we have two couples that both work. You know, you had talked about the wife coming home cooking and doing her daily duties and
definitely. So one of the things that I was mentioning is that, right now in society, our expectations for relationships have definitely changed.
Absolutely.
Like
Yes.
at one point in time, when I was younger, my mom was a traditional stay-at-home mom. My father worked and he was a provider. But nowadays, women are working too. We're working 40 hours a week as well. And if we're sharing in the responsibility of the household, and that means like I'm helping pay bills, I'm working, I'm providing for our family too, then men have to now adapt and also help in the parts that are considered, I guess, a woman's, traditional trait of cooking and cleaning and nurturing and caring for the household. And women, men, I often hear men saying, hey, I want to relax when I get off. I want some time to just be able to, I want my home to be my peace. But when she comes home, she wants to decompress as well. Like we need peace as well. So what we actually need in relationships have very much changed nowadays.
Yes.
Like for women, like we also want to feel at peace in our home, and we want to be able to decompress. We want to have emotional support and love and care.
Let me ask you: do you think some of the issues with that is because of not having two parents in the house, or just what is it you think that would stem from?
I think it comes from selfishness. I feel like we live in a society where we don't think about other people. We actually just think about ourselves.
Yeah, you might be
we,
right in
we,
that
we
sense.
live in a society where,
It's all
people
about
are
me.
self-centered.
Right.
You don't think about, hey, and I think that if we had the mentality in relationships, like, I'm going to make your life, my whole objective is to make your life easier. And if you had that how can I make her life easier?
Yeah.
And then you had the same objective, I'm going to make,
Right. And
his life, vice versa. Guess what?
one of the things now
Go
that I'm
ahead.
older, the person I'm with, I want that person to pour into me like I'm going to pour into her. I think that's so important that we pour into each other. Meaning like knowing that person, what they like, what they don't like, just doing things just because. I was at the store, I picked up some flowers, but I see stuff on TV. You see stuff on these different reels, and somebody bought some flowers for a young lady, and there was no vase. But the guy, like, where's the vase at? I mean, like, she seemed so ungrateful. The guy brought her he was happy. She was happy with the flowers, but the question that came out of her mouth was, "Where's the vase?" I mean, like, come on, man, stop it.
I don't know. I just feel like I feel like society perpetuates this disconnect between men and women.
Absolutely.
Like I think they want us to be disconnected because I really actually like I know I seen the reel about the lady like I don't want to go to cheesecake or a date has to be over $50. I'm not going to get to the cheesecake. I like the Cheesecake Factory. I mean, I'll just say that.
I like it too.
I like them.
They got a lot of stuff
They
in it.
have a lot of good stuff,
they do.
right? So I think that she was just saying like she didn't want to go there, but I just think those are people who are not realistic. Like a real woman doesn't really feel that way. It's not a lot of us that actually feel that way. And I think that a lot of times, society perpetuates the negative and they don't, really look at the positive that we really actually have with one another,
I don't know how people fall into that stuff because what society say, there's some things that should be traditional, and I might get a little booed or something like that, but I still feel like the man should be the head of the household. But at the same time, the woman does have some say so. I don't think it's totally, but I think he should run stuff by his wife or significant other. Um, I think I'm a fair person. I think it's all about communication.
Yeah, I think that so someone said that you can have an amazing relationship just by having a deli sandwich and a blanket on a park. Denise, actually, I think see, for me, when I think about a date, I think about how much time, effort, and thoughtfulness did he put into that date. You know what I'm saying? Like if I come across a guy and I know that he just did something very simple, like you said, a picnic basket, a blanket in the park, my favorite wine, some music, I would be impressed because it's different.
Did I tell you I think sex is overrated? Did I say that yet?
Yes, he did say the sex
Yeah, I
is
did say that.
overrated. I don't agree. If you don't agree, if you feel like sex is
I do.
overrated, put a thumbs up in the chat. I don't feel like sex is overrated. I think that people abuse sex. I think that we have casual sex is the norm now, and that we miss out on intimacy. Sex is supposed to be intimate with the person that you adore and that you care about and that you like and that you value. We people are having casual sex so easily, and they don't take into consideration just the beautiful part of sex. They just rush
I
into
think
it.
there's a difference
And they
between
don't-
sex and making love, though. Maybe are
There
you
you
are
go.
you getting them confused?
No, I don't think I'm getting. I think that society has it confused.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Well, say
but
that, yeah.
and I would say sex is not overrated. I just would say that, people abuse sex. Joe Munson, right. Men, even though we are the head of the household, we still need to communicate and value the opinion of the wife. Say
Okay.
that.
All right. That's what I
Say
said too. Didn't I
that.
say
Say
that?
that.
All right, Joe.
Sex and intimacy are two different things, and you can be intimate with a partner without having sex. And I feel like
Good luck with that.
you should be intimate first. Like, intimacy is, hey babe, how you doing today? You look so beautiful when you left out this morning. I still smell
Put
your
on that
perfume.
red dress when you get
But
home.
all of that good stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's all that fun stuff we want to hear, right?
Right.
It's misused. Absolutely. We
Come to the door with
misuse it.
with like a coat.
Yeah, like all the
dress code,
sweet
right?
little things that you can do for a person that you love, So I want to talk about this, because we talked about some of the red flags, and I just want to run through them, in my opinion, what red flags are. And if you guys agree with me, you say it. You give me a thumbs up. I say persistent jealousy. If you're in a relationship, how do you know you're in a toxic relationship?
He says it's not overrated, but it's misused.
It's misused.
Wow, good point, Denise. Very
Yes,
good. Very
yes.
good.
So I want to say this. How do you know if you are in a toxic relationship?
Well, go ahead.
I got a list here.
Oh, okay.
I got a list here. So I got persistent jealousy. If you're in a relationship and he's constantly jealous for
Or
no
she.
reason, or she.
Thank you very
He
much.
or she. Mostly he. Look, no, I'm just kidding. If you're in a relationship, right, and he is constantly jealous, where you at, what you doing, and it's no reason for him to be that way, that is a red flag. Lack of support. So you're always being supportive of his dreams, of his aspirations. He's being supportive of her dreams or her aspirations, but it's not reciprocated. Abusive communication, lack of they don't talk properly to you. They talk to you recklessly.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Not being considerate, valuing your opinion.
I think I'm the type of person I look for consistency in a relationship. Meaning like don't start something you can't finish. So right, that's just me. I'm the type of dude when I'm in, I'm in. I'm in all the way. So I don't know if you want to call that clingy. I don't know if that's clinginess or you want to call that. Some people think like if you go in too fast or you go in too hard, that maybe looking desperate. I don't think that's desperate. I think if you feel for somebody,
if you like
right?
if you with a person and you like that person,
What's wrong
you're
with
naturally gonna want to spend time with them.
Right.
That's not a problem. You're gonna be with them. You're gonna spend time with them. It's gonna be natural and organic. It's not gonna be forced. So another red flag. I just want to get this out here: consistent, unmerited suspicion or mistrust.
Oh yeah, I don't know if people saw heard it first. When I was younger, I dated a young lady. We dated for a very long time, and you know how you get this intuition. Just drive by her house, and that's what I did. And I saw the car in the driveway. I knew it was my car because I was at home at the time, and it was just crazy. It was somebody I knew. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I have regrets. I've let that go, and but
Yes.
So.
And another thing, dishonesty.
Yes.
I think this is the biggest issue when it comes to relationships is people have the inability to be honest about what their desires are, what their expectations, just period. Like they're dishonest about what their intentions are towards the other individual. And I feel like that is a big, huge thing where a lot of relationships go wrong. Just tell your truth.
Mm-hmm.
Live your most authentic life and find your tribe.
Right.
Find your tribe, y'all. Just
Man,
find your tribe.
well,
Because what works for one person may not work for another.
Mhm.
But you might find you if you want to sleep with 50 women and you want to have 5 or 6 relationships all together and have a whole brothel, you can have that. But find a woman who doesn't mind you having multiple sex partners.
Perfect.
Don't go find a good girl who just want to be loved and have a loving relationship and then make and drape her off in your, you know, being with everyone relationship, exposing her life, hurting her feelings, and causing unnecessary pain. It's just stupid.
I think
and
one
unnecessary.
thing you have to be honest. You know, let that person, whether it be male or female, let them decide. You know, hey, I'm right now. I just want to date. I'm not really looking for commitment. Because I think a lot of us are scorned for whatever reason through several relationships may have not worked for whatever reason, cheating, uh, um, lying, cheating, just dishonest, you know, having somebody live out of town, and I don't understand it. So to
I
me,
like this, Ari.
what's
Ari
up?
said you have to be honest, not just with the other person, but with yourself as well.
Oh, say that. All right.
Indeed, because
Yes.
that's like I think a lot of people just are not honest with themselves, like about what their real expectations are. You know,
Yeah.
they're not being honest with themselves, and we have to. Don't interrupt my peace. Yes. If I'm not the one for you, let me ride out into the sunset. Don't hold me hostage and make me think that I'm in a committed monogamous relationship and you out here, you for the streets.
No,
Don't do it.
I just want to say this. I mean, for me, I think men should protect their meat. Let me
Protect their meat.
yeah, protect their meat. I'm gonna tell you what that is. What that is, their money, their energy, their attention, and their time. So and those are the different meanings for the protect their meat. So how many men feel like they should protect their
Oh
meat?
my God. Give him a thumbs up. If you feel like
You should
you a man in the chat, I kind of like that a little bit.
Protect
You know
your
what I'm
meat.
saying? I'm a protect my meat too.
But here's the thing. You
You
know,
look, my money, my energy,
my
my attention, and
and
time.
my time.
I don't see anything wrong. Oh, I kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be playing with sex. And look, it's easy to get sex. It's
Right.
hard to get somebody that is, you know, it's hard to have a person who has value.
Mhm.
You know, who's a good person, who really is genuine. Those type of people are hard to find. Don't hurt people when you're not ready.
But hurt people though.
Hurt people do hurt people, but just don't hurt people if you're not ready. You know, don't go there.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I think sometimes people need to take a break from relationships. I think
I
we
do.
go from one relationship to another relationship without kind of like taking a break. You know, we just like one after another, just it's not good. It's not good.
You may be in a toxic relationship if you're constantly stressed out in that relationship. If you know that person getting ready to come to your house, you're like, girl, he about to come. You're like, dang, you coming over tonight? All right. You might be in a toxic relationship. If it's causing you more stress and strain than it is love and care, you might be in a toxic situation, ladies, men.
Man, too, thank you. Because you know what, I'm gonna be honest, but I've been cheated on, been lied to, and everything. So it is what it is.
So one of the guys just said, what if you love too hard to get away from a dysfunctional relationship? What if you love too hard?
Well,
I don't know. I think that a lot of times, I mean, like for me as a woman, I'll speak for myself. I am a person who loves very hard. Like if I love you and I'm rocking with you, anybody that know me, know my friendships. If I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you. I'm loyal. I got your back like 50 stacks. You could take it to the bank and cash that check, right? that's how I am as an individual and a person if I'm just your friend. So I'm very much like that in my relationships as well. And I do love hard, and it's very hard for me to disconnect when I love somebody if they hurt me, because I want to believe that you are going to do right. I want to believe that you're going to get it together and we can work through it. And I don't like to give up on people, but sometimes you have to say, you know what, enough is enough. Set your boundaries and your standards, and then that's that. And if a person is not respecting your boundaries and standards,
But you know,
choose you.
I think the other thing is that sometimes when you date and everybody's saying they representative, you know, they don't send who they really are. After a while, people get comfortable and they start letting their arms down or whatever, and they what's the word I'm looking for? They let the guards down, and then the real person come out like, damn, I didn't see that from her. I'm like, what the hell? That's like, so it's just, to me, it's like, where are the good people at?
If you're a good person and you're just looking for a loving, caring relationship, Hardy needs a good woman.
Whatever, man, don't do that. Don't
Hardy
do that.
needs a good woman.
You make it count. You make it count
I'm
I'm desperate or something.
No, I'm not saying
I ain't
that. He
desperate.
wants to know where the good women are at. Hardy wants to know.
I have no kids. I'm divorced. I've been divorced over 25 years, but I've been in multiple relationships. I'm a long-term person. I believe in long-term relationships.
I think you got a question. I'm gonna let you answer this one, Hardy. Okay. Lafayette says, what if her mama keep trying to run y'all relationship? I'm ready to run away every day.
Wow.
He said he's saying he at Walmart. He said he going to Walmart just so he can have some peace.
Wow.
Oh man. So Laf, I would say, can I call you Laf? I would say run for it. Run. Get up out. I would say, listen, no, but seriously, if the relationship is causing you more stress and you've communicated to your partner like, hey, you know, we have to set our relationship. We have to be able to trust each other. We have to set, you know, our relationship the way that we see fit, what our relationship is going to look like between one another. And she's not respecting that, and you've communicated that to her, because you can't expect people to change if you have not first stated that there's a problem. You know, you can't expect people to read your mind. So if you've come to her and you said like, hey,
do you want to be like
this too
transparent like
much.
that in an early relationship?
I think that transparency, period, is the most important thing in a relationship. Like, I feel like you should just be open and honest. And I feel like that's real easy when you're true to yourself, right? When your own constitution of who you are is secure, it's not so much of a problem to do that. You know, it's real easy to open up and be honest, because you don't have anything to hide. It's like, hey, this is who I am. You know, like it or, hate it or love it. It is what it is.
I don't know. Can you really meet somebody at the club anymore? Like at the bar?
I do. I think that it's people that have met at the club, but I
think I'm gonna go to like.
I think I want, for me personally, I am at the point now that, I'm catching flights.
What's that mean? You catching flights?
I mean, like, I'm like Denise. I'm like, I gotta catch a flight. See you next time. I'm like Denise, and I mean that like in the sense that, I'm spreading my horizon. I'm going to go. I'm not going to just say like I have to date people here in the city. Then you got to think about what type of person you want to date, right? Because if you like, sometimes you should go to like networking events, not just the club. If you want somebody of substance, they're probably not going to be at the club because they're trying to be the best possible version of themselves. So they might be at a networking event or a conference, So I think that,
But is a conference a good place to meet somebody? Because
I think so.
Because they may be there a couple of days. Maybe they just want to smash. Is that the word to use?
Well,
smash?
I don't say don't have sex with them. Exchange numbers and information. I think that we should go back to where we courted first. Where people had a courting session where you
I
just
think
don't
I'm
sleep
gonna,
with people.
I'm gonna start meeting women at the grocery stores, like Whole Foods.
Home Depot for me.
I'm gonna go to Whole Foods and run my cart into a lady's cart. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Next time I meet somebody, I'm gonna let you know how that work out. I'm gonna go to Whole Foods and meet me with somebody.
Yes.
So if y'all want to meet,
Yes.
I want to be a Whole Foods.
Hardy said if you looking for him, he gonna be
Yeah,
at Whole Foods. which section? Which section you gonna be in, Hardy? Oh
Meet me at
gosh.
Whole Foods. But
So I always like to leave on, is there a difference between toxic and abusive? Because we talked about toxic relationships. Somebody said go meet him at Laura J's.
who's that? What is that? What's Laura J's?
Oh, it's a new bar in Euclid.
Oh, see, I
It's
don't go
like
to
on
bars
Euclid,
much.
yeah.
I don't
So
really
it's a
go to
new bar.
bars. I'm not a bar person.
Yeah, I think Home Depot might be a good place for women to pick up, men. Maybe he's not toxic. I just think you got to get to know people.
You think anybody in the chat think I'm toxic, or what's some people's opinion about me since that?
Hardy wants his ego stroked.
I do not. That is not true.
So tell Hardy he wants to know if he's amazing and wonderful.
Oh my goodness.
Is Hardy toxic?
Do I come across?
Ladies, do Hardy come across abuse is toxic. I do think abuse can be toxic, but I also feel like we all have some toxic tendencies, right? I think that a lot of us as women, we may have some, women and men, people period in general, we have some toxic traits,
Absolutely, yeah.
and a lot of those toxic traits come from experiences that we've had in the past with relationships where we might have been hurt or wounded that we haven't got over. And I think that that's something that's very important, is to make sure that you're getting over some of those type of, that you're completely healed before you enter into a
when you
relationship.
keep seeing the same
We
old
should
thing
heal
over?
first.
You see the same old thing over and over, though.
We do. But let's talk about how do we fix some of those things, because I got a list.
Because there's a lot of broken people out here, man.
One of the things, so I agree, but I want to talk about how do we fix those toxic relationships, right? Let's talk about that. One of the things is, I think that a lot of us don't do when we're trying to have a relationships, right? We don't accept responsibility for our actions.
Mm-hmm.
We're not receptive to accountability and responsibility. And I think that's really, really big when you want to be in a relationship. You have to be willing to put in the work to improve the relationship, have very difficult conversations, those crucial conversations that help you grow and have the type of relationship that you're really seeking. If you are not healed and you have issues, Hardy's very popular. He's very popular. If you have not healed, you should go to therapy. Seek professional help. I feel like in our community, we do not go to therapy as much as we should. And we definitely need to go to therapy sometimes.
I think where we kind of mess up too. Sometimes we ask our friends for advice and they ain't got nobody. I know when I went through my divorce, I think I told you about this. When I went through my divorce, we had a white lady, and I think she was a lesbian. So I'm like, well, I'm looking at her. Well, how can you give me advice about divorce and you're not even married? I'm like, how do you do that? How can you give me advice? How can you give me advice on marriage and you're not even married?
I don't know. Is she professional counselor?
But, what she learned is probably from a book. Yeah. You can learn everything from a book.
Some things are just some things in relationships. Period. Relationships function the
same. And she's white, so white people don't have the same issues black people have.
I think that a lot of times in relationships, right, there's certain ways that relationships
I'm gonna say this
function.
again. Did I come across aggressive?
Yeah, you being toxic.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe it's me, right?
I'm gonna
Maybe
just
it was
say
my partner. It was me. But anyway.
I'm gonna just say this.
Okay.
Sometimes in relationships function pretty much the same. You have to be able to communicate, whether it's any type of relationship, friendship, work relationship, they all kind of function pretty much the same. And so that means your relationships. Can I get some space, Hardy?
I'll
Dang.
read the
You all
comment.
up on
I'll read
me.
the comment.
Dang.
Security.
Relationships
Mhm.
function pretty much the same, whether they're
I don't think
intimate
so.
relationships or no. You have to be able to certain
People in the
things
chat.
when it comes to
Is that true?
communication.
Is that true?
Listen, communication, right? Being able to take accountability, being respectful, hearing your partner through, not cutting them off on their own podcast.
Yes, I apologize.
Those are the things that really count, and are important when you're in a relationship. So as a counselor, she can very much say, hey, these are some of the steps that you can take in effective communication. She can give you some tips.
Okay,
She
so-
might not be able to give you personal, intimate advice, but she definitely has the ability. She's a professional. She's,
But
learned all
sometimes,
kind of
but
different things.
I've always learned this: experience is the best teacher. So I know.
Maybe.
So that's all I'm saying.
Do you have somebody wants to know if you have white friends?
I have a few white friends.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I'm very diverse. I actually went to a white school. So
Okay. I do feel like culturally, black and culturally, there are cultural difference between white and black people. I
That's
actually
what's up.
feel like white people culturally are one of the things that I see that they do when it comes to relationship that I actually really respect is the fact that they they encourage people to get married young.
Yes, they do.
They encourage them to build together and stay together no matter what. And the family unit rallies around them.
Mm-hmm.
And they have them look at relationships as an investment. So you don't walk away from your investment. You don't walk away from your children. You don't walk away from what you're building. And it becomes bigger than just your feelings and emotions. And they have a lot of support around each other. So I feel like that is very important. And I respect that about. So I think
Other
it's something,
cultures.
other cultures. And I think that's something that we could learn from. The topic, if you're just joining in, Mr. Vernon, is my partner is toxic. And we're talking about toxic relationships. Someone said, therapists are like doctors. They may not have the same disease, but they can provide the steps that's needed for you to heal.
Well, who helps the doctor when they have a problem? How about that?
Another doctor.
Right. But
Yeah.
what?
I think bad experiences I think that as long as you're learning and growing, Denise said, sometimes a bad experience can be the best teacher as well. And I do agree with you, Denise. I feel like a lot of times we learn from if you're growing and if you're a person that has a growth mindset, you're going to learn from your relationships. You're going to learn how to do better. You're going to learn what to do and what not to do in relationships. And then you apply that. We're always learning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So back to what we were saying, start therapy. So you know the difference between toxic and abusive or toxic relationships. So
Mm-hmm.
call on the support of your family and your mentors, people who are trusted mentors and advisors. I think that's important when you're trying to.
I also want to tell people that men get abused as well in relationships.
Absolutely,
it's not talked about.
Abuse is not about gender.
Men get physically abused by women.
Very true.
Yeah, so don't think men don't.
It's not one-sided.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody personally, but I've heard like some people have been abused by women, whether it be verbally or physically abused. But I think one of the things we can't accept from either partner is disrespectful. I think we got to draw the line of
what's disrespectful to you?
Man,
Let's talk about what's disrespectful, because
where do I start?
Start at the beginning.
Oh, see what I'm saying? See it?
Was that disrespectful?
A little bit.
That was not disrespectful. That was just being honest.
Yeah. Well, disrespectful. It's like, how can I say it? Like, if you have plans and no matter what, I'm going to do what I want to do. I know we have plans, but forget that. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to hang out with the girls. So.
Was she telling the truth? Was she really hanging with the girls? Or was she just telling you that because she was really going to hang with another boy?
guy, you know.
I mean, because some women do that. You know, they'll say, "Oh, I'm going to hang out with my girls," but they really be with another man.
I know, right?
And I mean, just tell the truth.
But they say, let the truth be.
I think that we don't know how to date in our culture as well. Like, I feel like when people think of dating, I think that, yes, somebody said, back to what we were talking about before, when women are hollering at their men in public, it's so embarrassing.
Ooh, yeah.
Very disrespectful.
Yeah.
I've seen it, but I've not seen black women do that. Not in public. I've seen other nationalities, but
Oh man, that's
Mostly-
messed up.
I've seen Caucasian women talk like that, but I haven't seen black women do that in public to their men. But I think that we need to learn how to date
Yeah.
in our culture. I think that, you know, when we think of dating, we think of sex and dinner. And I think dating is just
What about the bag? What's this new World Cup? I gotta get the bag.
Wait 1 minute. I
Oh,
think
I'm
that
sorry.
it's Hardy. No, I'm just kidding. I think that, you know, sometimes we have to learn how to date. We have to learn how to take our time and just really get to know a person, court a person, and not rush into a relationship and complicate things with sex. Sometimes we should really make sure that we really know a person before we start sleeping with them.
Mm. That's what man. I know some people might not heard, but this is what I think. Like,
Mm.
I think sex is overrated, but you know, but again, that's my own opinion though. But I just think it's overrated
Mm.
because.
Well, I've never seen a black woman do it, but maybe it's where I'm at.
Mhm. But
Right. Thank you, Denise.
what's that? What's
No rushing me.
oh? Okay, I apologize. See, I can admit when I'm wrong though.
See, that's a very good, that
See,
is
I
a
can
very healthy
I can admit when I'm
trait.
wrong.
You took accountability.
That's right.
You modeled the proper behavior. You took responsibility. You took accountability. You apologized.
Absolutely.
And now guess what we're going to do? Move forward.
Right. Exactly. Man, you know what? I got to come back again one day.
Yeah, we definitely got to come
'cause-
back. This been a good show, though.
I just,
So, before we start,
she-
I just want to get this out because I want people to understand. Like, I don't, you know, I like to leave people on
Yes.
a positive note. I don't want to, you know, because our time is winding down and I want to leave on a very positive note. I don't
Okay.
want to leave without going over some things. How do you fix toxic relationships? We said acceptance of responsibility, taking accountability, a willingness to put work in to improve the relationship, stop blaming and start understanding. That's huge.
yes.
Let's not blame one another. Let's try to actually listen to understand, because it's not enough just to be able to communicate how you feel. You have to be able to then apply it
And show it, right?
and show it.
Show it,
That's
right.
very important. And if you know that you have some emotional issues that you're dealing with from your past, from when you were younger, or just past traumas and relationships, take some time for yourself, go to therapy, get healed completely and totally first before you embark into a new relationship.
Right.
You know, don't dwell on the past, because if you forgive somebody for something, you got to let it go.
But we don't forget. We
You don't
forgive 'em.
have to forget, but you can't keep bringing it up as a punishment.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, that's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
And sometimes you do have to walk away from relationships and it don't work, and you have to walk away from, you know, toxic partnerships. And one of the things that you can do to heal with, don't view your ex-partner with compassion. Don't internalize what happened to you as there's something wrong with you. Don't blame yourself.
Right.
That girl who had that car in the driveway, that wasn't a reflection of you, Hardy. That was a reflection of who she was.
Right.
She wasn't ready. So don't internalize that and feel like there's something wrong with you, or feel like there's something wrong with all women because you had one bad experience.
Well, I never say
Don't
that.
do that.
I don't say that, you know.
Don't do that. That's not good.
Everything. Oh,
We're going to go there in a minute. Support from family and friends, trusted and mentors are very
my
important.
boy Sean Grant. What's up, my man?
What's up, Sean?
What's up, Sean?
Be accountable. Practice healthy communication. I statements. I feel like you don't hear me or you don't value me. Instead of you don't listen to me, you be ignoring me. You know, don't point the blame. Take responsibility for your feelings.
You know, I want to ask something. It's about one thing about.
Give each other space.
Oh, Sean says toxic isn't always negative.
Toxic, you don't have to explain that one.
Wow.
Toxic is not always negative.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna have to put something else in the chat. You don't have to explain
Oh,
yourself
man.
for that one, Sean.
We've been friends for a
Yeah.
long time. That's like my brother.
That's what's
Hey, let me
up.
ask you this though.
What's up?
Like if somebody go out with somebody and somebody buy a female a drink, should she accept that drink if she's not interested in that guy? What about, can you answer that in the chat? If I go out if a guy buys a drink for a female and he's interested, should she accept the drink or say, you know what, I'm cool because that's why he bought the female a drink, because he's interested?
In my opinion, I can send a guy a drink and it's no big deal. I'll send a guy a drink. You handsome over there. You chilling with your homies. Let me send you a drink.
That ain't what I asked you.
No, I have to talk about it in the context, so I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking
So if
about
a
it.
guy sent you a drink,
So if a guy
sent
sent
you
me
a
a
drink.
drink, right?
does that mean he's interested?
That might mean he's interested, or it might just mean that he wants to buy you a drink because he thinks you're a nice person, or he thinks you're attractive and he just wants
So
you
if
to
he-
have a nice
okay,
drink.
he-
I've had guys buy me a drink and be like, I just wanted to buy you a drink and keep it pushing.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
You're a pretty girl. You look beautiful tonight. You having fun with your friends. I'm sending all y'all around. Y'all
I'm not
having a
doing
good
that either.
time.
I've
had guys
I'm
do
not
that
buying
for me
everybody
before.
around. I'm just buying the person that I'm interested in. I'm not doing that.
I feel like somebody said he shouldn't buy her a drink with motive.
Yeah.
Like he shouldn't buy her a drink with motive. If you have to be able to take that. I think like we in the generation of men where I think sometimes men be sensitive about certain things. Like if you gonna buy a drink because you want to. Do it because you wanted to.
I mean,
with nothing in return.
But
Like
here's the thing. I
don't owe you anything.
I did this a long time ago when I was back in the day. Everything happened so long ago with me. But I bought this girl a drink. She had a cooler. I told Sean about this. I bought her she's had a cooler, and next thing I know, she bought it was a Hennessy. So how do you go from a cooler to a Hennessy? So I guess Sean told me, so Julie, she should have let her get what she was drinking. So that was my fault. So that was a lesson learned.
Don't buy a drink, and I mean, I've seen women do that, and I think that's tacky.
Yeah.
If you're drinking wine, right, on your budget, and then he like, hey, you want a drink, and she like, I want the top shelf.
Right.
What is it? What is it? What's that one?
1738.
1738. Give me that 1738, or what? Weller Red Label.
Oh, what's
No,
that?
that's
That's
what I like.
What's that?
Buffalo Trace.
Oh, I don't know. You talking
Those are-
Spanish?
Those are
What's that?
things.
Grand Marnier.
Now I know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Sean the bourbon man though.
That's bourbon.
Oh, okay. See,
Or vice versa.
okay.
Okay. A guy brought me a drink and went over and thanked him and gave him a hug. He shooed me away and said, "Okay, I just thought you was cute. Going on now.
Ooh.
You messing up my play."
Wow.
Denise, did you think that was rude?
Oh my goodness.
What do you think? Or was he just, because I think that I've literally have had men just buy a drink for no reason at all other than they seen me having a good time and just wanted to be drunk.
If I buy a woman a drink, I'm interested. I'm gonna tell you right now. So if I see one of you ladies out, I'm interested.
Oh, she didn't hug him. She said she didn't hug him.
So if I see live, what is this? Whatever.
She said she kind of hung around to drink with him.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she got another drink.
No, she just hung around with him and enjoyed the drink with him and had a conversation. Now, I've done that too. Like if you buy me a drink at the bar and so I'm like, oh, we'll bring you out. If we sitting down, I might have a conversation with you. That's as far as it's going to go.
Yeah. I'm not really a person that buy drinks, just buy drinks. I'm buying a drink because I'm interested.
And I mean, I just think I wouldn't have been offended. Okay, Denise said she wasn't offended by that.
About what?
About a guy showing her way, like, go ahead now, girl. I ain't trying to get on. I'm just trying to make sure everybody having a good time. That's okay. I appreciate the honesty too. I'm the same way, Denise. I don't, I have a tough skin. Like, if you shoo me away, I'm gonna take my drink and keep it pushing. All right. Jamila Jones says, yeah, but I'm not obligated to spend my whole night with you just because you bought me a drink. Thanks.
But I mean, so
you buy a chick. Okay, what is your expectations if you buy a woman a drink?
I just want some good conversation, see where it goes, the vibe is right. I mean, it's all about.
How long does that conversation have to be, Hardy?
I would think maybe at least 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, so that's fair. So
Right.
you don't occupy her whole night.
That's not a
but
whole night.
just a quick conversation to see if there's a vibe.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, it's all about vibe. It's about energy. I'm an energy person.
I get that.
So if I feel energy with somebody, let's talk about that too. You ever met somebody the energy just terrible?
Yes.
It's just terrible.
Yes, I have. And that was that. I met him and then I did. I met him and then I did.
Go.
Peace. It says Desmond Colbert said, very interesting. Some of us need to communicate, but after you're completely comfortable. I think communication is a skill set. You could be completely comfortable with a person and don't know how to communicate properly. Communication is a skill set. It's something that you have to practice on a regular. You have to be able to accept correction and understanding from an individual in order to be able to communicate effectively. Everybody has different communication styles, but if you practice effective communication, then you'll get better at it as you communicate. In my opinion.
So you got practice with people?
You do have to practice good communication. You don't think so?
I guess.
He said, Landon says, you talk long enough to get the number.
So y'all can set up a date.
But what if she didn't want your number? What if she was like, thank you? The vibe was off for her.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. I'll very seldom buy women drinks when I go out.
So what do you do?
When I go out now, I kind of like people watch. I watch people and how people interact with other people and see what's like,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. If I see somebody interested, hi, how you doing? Enjoying yourself and keep it moving. I don't want to spend too much time with them. Yeah, but
So Desmond Colbert said, I agree. With time comes communication. Okay.
Somebody says communication is two-sided.
Communication is very much two-sided. It takes two people to tango, but it's not just enough to communicate. You have to then understand and apply what you have discussed. I think that's the missing part with that, because it's not enough to have a conversation if you don't have the ability to understand and then apply it. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, but
so we got to do a part 2.
I would love to. I mean, I
did you guys like Hardy? If you liked Hardy tonight and you liked this conversation and you like our little Martin and Pam and Martin.
Yeah.
I'm Pam. I don't got no BDB.
Let me see.
Pam. Martin. Did y'all like this? Did y'all like Hardy? Thumbs up. Like if y'all like Hardy.
Thanks. All right, Denise. We'll see. I enjoyed it. Oh, thank you, Miss Jones.
Yes.
Miss Parker.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, very good conversation. Very good conversation.
Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
Was that Cook? Hey, Cook.
Yeah. I know that's right. I'm with you on this one.
What's that?
He said, Landis says, I go to the club living room these days. I'm older, don't like to be around all those spirits. Only the few I allow in my space.
Oh, hey, what I want to talk about the next time. I want to talk about soul ties.
Oh, yeah. That's
Soul
something we
ties.
definitely can talk about.
Man,
Well, I
that's
got a lot of opinions on soul ties.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do. I got a lot
Can't
of
be missing
opinions.
your soul ties with everybody, man. For real.
I got a lot of opinions about soul ties.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of opinions.
You got a lot of opinions about soul ties.
About soul ties, I do.
I know, right? That's so
do.
deep.
It is a deep concept.
I know.
I like the fact that y'all didn't agree on. We don't agree on anything.
I know, right?
Me and Hardy don't agree on anything. Do you hear me?
Yin and the yang.
Frankie said, next subject for sure. Definitely next subject for sure. So Hardy, they like our dynamic.
I know, right?
See, we be having these real interesting conversations on the phone. And I told Hardy, I was like, I ain't talking to you until you come on the show. You gotta come on the show.
I know, right?
We gotta put this on. We gotta put this out here.
Tape.
Yeah, put this on tape so people can hear. Like, because we be really having some really deep conversations, and we got so much more to talk about. Oh man, we got so much more to talk about.
We got lesbian talking about gayness and what's the other stuff?
Don't get me canceled.
Same marriages, big dicks, little dicks.
Oh,
worn out. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna keep it one.
Hardy,
See, these love it. See?
I need a what's the censor they have for,
my bad.
Yeah, when they be censoring people, no, you good.
Look,
you
good.
But
the numbers.
We all grown. Look, you getting thumbs up.
Right.
You getting a lot of thumbs up.
See? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, this is definitely good.
But I for the most part, I want people to get out of me as a person. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I'm a very caring person. I love deep. I love hard. Anybody that knows me, I do. I give you my left arm, and if you need help, I'm willing to help you. But I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's just how I am.
Just in, do you feel like you have toxic traits, Hardy?
A little bit. If
somebody was gonna say, y'all think Hardy got toxic traits? Put a thumbs up. What y'all think Hardy toxic trait is?
Yeah. No, y'all want to know.
He want to know.
You think I got something? I want to know what it is.
What do you think? Like if you had to point out one of your toxic traits, what would you say? what would you
say? We all do. Thank you.
We all do.
Thank you.
We all do.
Thank you, Cook.
But I said put a thumbs up.
Sometimes hell yeah.
Even your friends say hell yeah. So, what would you say your toxic trait is?
Oh man, this is out of love though. You know
just say what it is. Don't sugarcoat it. Give them to a raw and uncut.
Oh man.
What would other people say your toxic trait is?
I don't know.
Be real.
Now, is this like would a toxic trait be a narcissist?
Somebody called a toxic.
Is that considered
a narcissist?
Is that part of? Is that
we gonna do a show on that?
Is that somebody? This woman told me I was narcissist. I don't know, but.
Somebody said you seem to get irritated easily.
Yeah, that might be it too. I do. I ain't got time for the. Can I curse on here?
You can.
I ain't got time for the bullshit though.
I feel you.
For real, the bullshit, man. The bullshit is real.
So somebody said, Jamila says her toxic trait is I can get jealous because I don't like to share. I feel that. Let's see. She said, I don't even know you, but you are not a narcissist. I feel like everybody.
Thank you, Denise.
I think that everyone has some narcissistic traits, right? Or can operate in a narcissistic trait. But narcissism is a personality disorder, and that's something completely okay.
That's a big thing.
Your
Narciss-
whose toxic trait is inconsistency of your feelings? Is that yours? Yes, your friend.
I don't think so.
Okay. Or is that your toxic trait?
Oh, that might be his.
Oh.
Maybe that's his.
Okay. Somebody said when you do a show on narcissists, we gonna get sick
Oh yeah.
of them.
What's the eyes mean?
They looking.
Oh.
Miss Kitty looking.
Whatever.
Oh, he said that's yours.
Oh. Man,
You're
whatever.
inconsistent with your feelings.
Wow.
Let me see what is my narcissistic trait. I don't have any. No, I'm
Whatever.
just kidding. I'm trying to think. What I would probably say that I can probably be a little whiny.
Whiny.
I could be spoiled a little bit. I would say that, but I don't know what I don't know what my, I would have to ask somebody that I've been in a relationship with.
Let me ask Miss Kitty. Is she? What is her toxic trait?
Miss Kitty, what's your toxic trait? Miss Kitty got something to say. Miss Kitty got something to say.
So we just want to keep it 100.
Yeah, I think my toxic trait is probably that I don't set boundaries. I probably let people in too.
I'm perfect.
Okay. Miss Kitty says she perfect. I know that's right. Miss Kitty wants you to call her early in the morning.
Anyway, but you know, I think I think the biggest thing about people we should never judge a book by its cover. I think sometimes we judge people. We're quick to judge people without really getting to know them. And I think that's where we kind of mess up things. We can see somebody.
Ooh, my trail. I'm a Leo and always right.
Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna shut up on that one because I got a lot to say about Leos. All right, I'm gonna go out of that. Go ahead.
Let's just say my narcissist trait. I will shut down.
Oh, somebody said my toxic trait is I'll shut down and just look at you like you crazy.
Wow. Again, I me personally, I just look for I look for consistency in a woman. I just look for consistency. So if I'm wrong for that, then I'm wrong. But for the most part, I look for consistency.
Do you give what you
absolutely
want in return?
Absolutely.
Okay, because that's most important. I think that sometimes we don't view ourselves in the manner that we should. You know, we think we are one way, but we're really not. I'm not saying that
right. I understand.
To you, I'm just saying in general. Yeah. Someone said they've learned that there is no such thing as judging a book by its cover. You never know what's in those pages.
Nice. Who says
first.
That? I like that.
Real.
I like that.
That is good.
I like that.
Very good. Very good. This has been a great show.
I think it has been. Like, for the most part, we had that little hiccup.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, when you're doing a podcast and you're doing it live, you're going to have some times where, you know, things go wrong. Reciprocation is the truth.
Ooh,
hey,
I like
man,
that.
I like that. Reciprocation is very important in a relationship. You got to give what you also are, you know, want to receive.
I like that.
You got to show up how you want to other people to show up for you.
Also, real quick, I want to tell you about my my paint and sip May 18th.
Yes.
So come out and support my
men and women.
Yes,
both.
So if I want everybody to look me up under Julius DJ Hardy. I have all the information about all the things that I do. I'm a DJ part-time. I also work full-time on a full-time job. No children.
He gave his whole bio, yo.
Very outgoing. No, it's kidding.
Love walks in the park.
Right. Love music. I'm a very simple person, but you know what, man, life.
We gonna have we gonna have a dating show for Hard.
And look at the numbers. I mean, but you know what, man, life is funny, man. Life is really fun. I've met some beautiful. I'm gonna say this. I've met some beautiful women in my life,
Oh, that's wonderful.
and I probably slipped, some have probably slipped through my fingers.
Mm.
And,
Do you feel like because do you feel like you may have missed out on really good relationships that you could have had with women because you held out too long?
Absolutely, absolutely.
That is, and you know what? I've been hearing a lot of people talk about that lately.
Yeah.
Just about how people, really have the opportunity to have a really good relationship with someone, but they just hold out too long because they're waiting for something better, and you got damn near perfection in front of you, but fear causes people to operate in ways that they miss. They let something good slip through their fingers, like.
Right. Yeah, that's so true.
Mm.
But you know, where we were in our 30s, we're no longer like that. So we change. We're supposed to get better as we get older. Our mindset.
Ooh, we can do a whole show on that.
Our mindset has changed. So.
Fear of the unknown. Well, see, part of being able to have love and receive love is being able to take the risk. Like, love is a risk. You gotta be a risk taker to a certain extent to try love.
Well, you gotta
right?
be open to love too.
You have to be open to it, but you gotta be able to take the risk of getting hurt. A lot of people don't step out on getting, finding love because they fear being hurt. But you have to take that risk in order to find love. You have to take the risk of maybe this will work out or maybe it won't. But if you don't even try, you'll never know, and then you definitely gonna miss. We should only fear itself. You know what I'm saying?
That's so cliche.
But it's so true though.
Yeah,
it's so true though, because it's like you're fearing something that you don't even know what's gonna happen. So you should fear not trying.
Yeah.
You should fear doing nothing, staying complacent, staying in the same place, not putting any effort in.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. So,
Fear of the unknown.
Fear of the unknown. I feel like a lot of people, thank you, Des. I feel like a lot of us
Hey, Peaches.
Hey, Peaches. Peaches, Ma. I think a lot of us,
Hope you feel better. She's a little under the weather.
Oh, hope you feel better. I think a lot of people operate in fear. And in that operating in fear, we lose out on great people and great relationships because we just didn't want to try. We didn't want to take the risk. We'd rather be alone.
But I think also like the part of fear of commitment too. Like we may lose out on something if we're trying to find so many things in everybody and it's not finding that one thing in one person. So we like, okay, this person has this. She may have the looks, but her mindset is different. But she looks good in my arms, But she's good. I could take her around my parents, but I can't, take her
in the boardroom.
Yeah, that type of thing. So
being well-rounded is important.
Absolutely.
Somebody said what we didn't mention is being a good listener. Oh. You have to also become a good listener as well, and I think that is very important to state. That you have to be a good listener.
Absolutely.
To have a good relationship. You have to be able to listen. Very good.
You gotta know when to be quiet.
What is it? What's that song? You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. So. Know when to walk away.
Know when to run. I ran from some people. But that's a story for another day.
Hardy got like 1,000 stories, y'all. You got like 1,000 stories.
I know, right? I know, right? Life has been crazy for me. Life is
2 ears, 1 mouth. That's true. She's talking about listening. You said life been crazy.
Yeah, that's a story for another day.
Yeah. Oh, that's my song right there. Dad said, she's a runner, she's a track star. She gonna run away when it get hard.
Beyonce sang the Beyonce song "To the Left, to the Left."
To the left, to the left, to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. In the closet. That's my
no,
stuff.
come on. He'll
If
be here in a
I
minute.
bought it, beat is
So
no
if I'm there
touch.
when he come,
You keep talking that mess and that's fine, but can you walk and talk at the same time now?
okay, we know you know the song apparently, right? Now I was just saying about you know how people say I can find somebody better, and it really ain't. You know,
I can
some
have
people
another
say,
you in a minute.
and I'll be right there waiting on him just to see what he
Matter
look
of fact,
like.
he'll be here in a minute.
Right, I'll be right here.
I feel like that's a lot of men always be like, they be feeling like women got one in the. Thank you, Des. I think that a lot of men feel like women have, you know, what they say in the what is it, the bullpen?
Oh.
You already know who's up next to bat.
Those days for me is over with. I can't talk about stuff like that no more.
That's so funny.
You know what? I just want to say this about a man that wants to get married. Most of the time, he's looking for love, support, and nurturing and respect. I think those are 4 solid things: love, support, nurturing.
How are you trying to show your muscles?
Oh no!
Hardy over here trying to flex for y'all.
I was not.
First he done told y'all he gonna be at
Oh,
Then what else she said? He said he gonna be at Whole Foods. He said call him Miss Kitty. Now he over here showing y'all
I was
and he gave y'all his bio.
right.
Hardy trying to get married, y'all.
One day I'm gonna get remarried too. Believe it or not, but it's getting late. And
Okay, it's getting late, and we're gonna end our stream. It's been so much fun. It's you know, we always be joking. You know, I'm Pam.
I'm Martin.
Miss Martin.
Juicy
and
Juice.
And
But
we thank y'all for coming out.
Yeah, we do. And we're talking about working on a project together soon too.
Yeah. So we got a project that we're gonna do. We're gonna have details coming soon.
I'm excited.
I'm excited
I'm real
about it
excited,
too.
yeah.
It's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be real nice.
It's gonna be real nice. It's a surprise, y'all. We gonna announce it. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Y'all
it's not a Togo party, so don't get that.
Not a Togo party. It won't be at Whole Foods.
Right. That's where you catch me at Whole Foods.
But no, we got some things that we're gonna collaborate on that's coming up. And we're gonna talk about that in the future. If you have not already, please go over to my YouTube channel and like and subscribe, and also hit the notification button. If you are not following me,
Thank you.
if you are not following me on YouTube, please go over, support your girl Juicy.
Yes.
And I would really appreciate if you could just go over to YouTube if you're on Facebook, when you get a chance, go over on YouTube, follow me, like, subscribe, and also hit the notification button so you'll be here when me and Juice do our next show.
I'm such
a nerd.
I'm a nerd, you know.
He really is a nerd.
I am.
You really are a nerd. You are.
I am, really, for real.
He's the IT guy. Oh. He don't want y'all to know. Yeah. He ain't taking his hours are what? I'm just kidding.
Well, thank you for what?
Somebody said we'll be back. This is my first forum. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad, for joining your first time. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Nerdy is very good. So we thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was Miss Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker. So thank you for tuning in tonight. I enjoyed every bit of you guys. Thank you for even sticking around through all the technical difficulties.
That speaks volumes.
We had that just speaks. It makes my heart happy, and I appreciate you guys. So it's been real.
Tell your friends about us.
Tell your friends. Stay tuned. We got a lot more in store.
Yeah, so much more to talk about.
That's right. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Peace.
Peace.